Hello, everyone. It's been a minute for me to come back here on this channel to create myself a commentary. Um, I'm sure that you heard everyone that spoke upon the recent death of Kobe Bryant as well as his daughter GiGi that just took place yesterday morning at approximately 9 a.m. Um, of course, we want to celebrate his life. That's what I was taught, is to celebrate a person's life so that you can reflect upon yours. Even though there may have been some things that Kobe Bryant may have done or may not have done, may not sit well with individuals. But the purpose of me making this video is because obviously we have ourselves a problem within the Black community. Well, we always knew we had a problem within the Black community, but I'm seeing a lot of these foundational Black American women, they over here speaking very negative of Kobe Bryant. I'm sure that these um, non-foundational Black women never given Kobe Bryant a thought, a time of their day, and the only time that they're speaking about this is because obviously their white mama had to come out to remind them of the so-called alleged rape, which did not take place, in order for them to sit up and to speak negatively about a Black man. Now, we all know what Eddie Griffin has said, that no Black man can leave this earth without an asterisk behind his name, which is the truth. We all remember that trial that took place in 2003. I clearly remember it. I was, what, 18 or 19 years old. And from what I remember, she was a dusty looking old white girl from Colorado. She had so much sex with Black men because she was very happy. I used to live in Denver, Colorado for a while, and I'm going to tell you, it's very boring there. It's very boring there. You have little pockets of where Black people are located, and surprisingly, you do see little white girls that surround these Black men. So with her, she was around these um, well-to-do, well-established Black men. She went on ahead and had multiple sex with them. She was so nasty that there was, like, I think it was at least seven, or I'll just say several different sperms that was inside of her underwear. And I believe she was also, I believe there was also anal, if I'm not mistaken. But the thing is, she was filthy. The last time I checked, after you have sexual intercourse, you're supposed to take a shower. That's the last time I thought. But yet this female, she was over here being an actual female dog in heat. She bounced from one bed after the next bed after the next bed. Now, keep in mind, she did not wipe her vagina well. She couldn't even use a baby wipe to wipe her vagina well in order for her to say, all right, I'm ready for the next guy. No, she just pulled on her underwear and just went to the next guy. And then she went to Kobe Bryant. Now, we all saw that newspaper clipping that Tariq Nasheed has provided, showing how the whole, showing how she actually, was bragging about it, which she was, and that's the reason why she did not testify, because she even knew that what she was saying was bullshit. She knew that what she was saying was a bunch of lies and it was fake and it was false. That's why, there was just that sentiment to go, just to be like, you know what, let me get it out of the way and carry on about your business. You know, and of course, we know that his wife, she was upset. And I remember that I believe that the girl, his wife, mother, she wanted to divorce him, but there's laws in California that if you're married to that person, that man, up to 10 years, you get automatic half of the alimony. You get automatic half. And her mom basically let her know you should stay with him, but all in all, Kobe Bryant, he worked it out with his wife. End of story. He worked it out with his wife. She forgave him, and they went on and continued on with their happy marriage, well, from what we see. But the point that I'm trying to get at is, again, you have these non-foundational Black women that's listening to white women regurgitate these lies that Kobe Bryant raped this white trash. from Colorado, from the mountains, literally. And these black females out here talking about some, oh, well, at least we know that somebody didn't die. At least we know that what was it? A rapist has died on a plane or something to that effect. And then you have others that's over here saying at least we know that his money now is going to go to the Mexican community instead of the black community. Who gives a shit? Because guess what? If Eve were to die, the money that she generated with her white husband, guess what? It's not going to go to her black family. It's going to go to his white family. You see, also, Serena Williams, if she was to die, guess what? The money that she generated, her husband is going to get that money, and he's white. See, this is what I don't understand about you black females. I really indeed don't. And I think it's a shame that it's been a while that I made a video about this. But I'm saying that, boy, you black women truly have put yourselves as enemies to the black man. And you know what? And if you don't like what I just said, oh well, do something about it. Because I am seeing so much. I have never seen so much hatred that black women have for black men, period, in my lifetime. I have never seen so much hatred in my life. You over here saying that you're happy that this man is dead along with his 13-year-old daughter? He literally was helping her coach with at her basketball game, and they was about to go and do it again. He did something that he did all the time, and then unfortunately life does take a turn for the worse, and we do not know when it's going to be our time to go. And unfortunately, him, his daughter, and 7 other individuals, their lives was gone just like that. And you have bastards out here, those who wear our clothes, our complexion, that's congratulating, that's happy that he's dead. See, we know white women, white period, are inherently evil. White woman teaches their children, their sons and daughters, white supremacy. White woman teaches and carry on racism, because they know that their strength is in their men. So in order to make sure that everyone stays in check, they have to make sure that their power, which is white supremacy, remains intact. I have studied the European history growing up because it was always fascinating to me, but also it just shows how deadly they are. We as black people do not understand how deadly these white people are. They are over here happy that this young man and his daughter died in a horrific crash. Can you just imagine for a second what was probably going through his mind? He's probably like, I can't even save my baby girl when it's my job. Can you just imagine as that plane, that helicopter is going down, and they're like, I'm seeing my death. Who knows if she got up from her seat to grab hold to her father? Who knows if they hugged each other so? Who knows? The fear that was in their eyes, the fear that overwhelmed them. And you want to sit up and to be happy with that? You have to be the most dangerous individual to take pleasure out of someone's dying a horrific death. You're watching your death coming at you. This is something that's not quick. The helicopter is spiraling out of control. You're going crazy. You're screaming and hollering. You're seeing everybody in panic. You're seeing your 13-year-old daughter's probably saying, Daddy, I'm afraid, just Daddy. Obviously, she was Daddy's little girl. And he probably felt helpless, but who knows? He grabbed on hold to her and said, that's okay. Who knows? and you laugh. You want to talk about how his money is going to go to the Hispanic community and not the black community. You want to sit up and say, well, since he didn't do anything and then ground himself with a black woman, then we shouldn't care. Or you want to say, oh, raise your hand if you wasn't a rapist. I think that's what one of the non-foundational black females said, who's also was LGBT. There needs to be a massive purging in our community. See, I'm going to get on white women later on, but not right now, because I really want to address our black women. And I know it's not all. So I want to make sure that I say that, because there's so many of our black women that likes to turn into Wonder Woman by deflecting all over the place. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Whenever we critique black women, she wants to turn into this dodo bird. She turns into a stag, basically. You see, black women, if you don't like black men, then how about you don't be around black men? And what I mean by that, I mean don't even live in the hood. Don't even work at a job where there's a black man present. Don't even talk to a black man on social media. Don't even think about a black man, period. Let it always be somebody white. If you hate black men so much, you see, these foreign black women, they're so used to being hung up on white men. In Nigeria, I think it's on my post where it says how Nigerian women are the most promiscuous. The Gambian children are being sold to British pedophiles for as little as £2 a time by their desperate parents. So African women, and I'm just going to straight up say it, African, Caribbean, I don't give a damn. I'm just going to straight up say it. You all are selling out your kids for white men to rape your kids because you are so desperately poor, instead of you over here sitting up trying to fight back, not realizing that you're living on a rich continent. You Nigerian black females over here, you all are the biggest hoes in carrying on, according to, let's see, let me go right back here because I want to make sure. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, Nigerian women are the most promiscuous in Africa. That was a Toby Prince recent survey. That's just Gambia and Nigeria alone. And we see the vast majority of them, they basically do come from Nigeria. And you have some others too from the different Virgin Islands and whatnot. Those from the Virgin Islands, you have a lot of rapists and carrying on. They don't want to talk about that. But yet they want to have the audacity to talk about a black man who was not charged of rape because he did not rape anyone. They want to sit up and say that Kobe Bryant was a rapist, but yet they have so much rape and pedophilia that's going on in their country that's being done by white men. Okay, it's being done by white men, but they're not going to say anything about white men. Why? Because they love white men so much. They love white men so much, even though the white man is raping them. I can guarantee you that these type of black females, these type of non-foundational black females, will probably record a white man raping their mother or raping their 5-year-old daughter. I can guarantee you that they'll probably, you know what, just like with Gambia, I'm sorry, they over here paying these white pedophiles to rape their child. There was a photo of a 2-year-old toddler, a boy, in the arms of a white man. And it said that he was clutching, he was screaming, he was crying. 2, about to be violated. And you females want to sit up here and want to talk about Kobe Bryant? Are you serious? Are we that damaged? Are we that damaged? And then, unfortunately, you have foundational Black American women who are Black feminists. And I have talked about feminism already as to how it was a detriment to our community. I talked about the history of feminism. I already talked about that. I'm not about to go over it again. Black females who are feminists, you are a race traitor. That's what you are. You are a race traitor, and you should be dragged. You should be feathered and tarred. Whatever. You should be dragged. I'm extremely upset with the state of our women. So I'm sure you could probably sense my frustration. I'm just very upset at our women. It's very depressing. I have never seen our women act this way as long as I have lived on this earth for 35 years. Our woman is so disrespectful. You couldn't even wait for that man's body to get cold and you came out disrespecting him. First of all, if your behind is gay, why the hell are you worried about him and who he slept with? You're gay and you love white people. So why are you focusing on this Black man who is married to a woman? Who cares if she's Hispanic? He married his high school sweetheart. Did you non-foundational Black Americans know that Kobe Bryant spoke 7 languages fluently? In Italy, they said that they are going to celebrate his life for a full week because he lived there growing up as a child. So you have these Italians who we know are racist towards Africans. They over here sitting up saying that we are going to celebrate his life for an entire week. And you got Black women over here that's shitting on Kobe Bryant's name as well as his daughter. His daughter doesn't deserve any of the disrespect that her father and her is getting. They don't deserve any of that. But yeah, our woman is doing just exact that. Man, you want to be white so bad that you are willing to speak and to spread the evil, the venom, the Jezebel-like spirit on your own men because you hate Black men so much. I hear other commentaries where they say, Black woman, I'm not trying to step on your toes. Fuck that. I'm going to step on all of your toes. Hell, I'm going to try to chop off your foot. Because you need to be told about yourselves. I am a wonderful, and I love myself as a foundational Black American woman. The simple fact that my grandmother told me that her father, his mother was raped on a Mississippi plantation lets me already know as to how I have a disdain towards white people, white men in general. White men in general. This is why I cannot fathom as to how our Black woman would want to lay down with a white man. My grandmother made sure that her husband was pitch black because that's what she loved and that's what she wanted. And that is exactly how her father drilled it in her head. To you to date yourself a foundational Black American man and to marry, and that is exactly what she did. You cannot pay me to look at a white man and lust or to want to lay down with him. I don't care if any of you Black females that want to sit up and say that, you know what, you bringing me down, you want to say, oh, how can you judge me? I don't give a damn. Okay, because we know that white people they have already a proven track record as to how they hate us Black people because we're born with melanin. What else does it have to take to get through your thick skull to realize that they don't like you? White supremacy is a religion. They practice it every single night and day. You don't hear a Jewish person breaking their neck to lay down with a German. You don't hear an Armenian breaking their necks to lay down with a Turkish individual. You don't hear a Japanese breaking their necks to lay down with a Chinese individual. Even though they all look alike practically, But they don't lay down with the enemy. It's because they know what the enemy has did to their people. And so they look at it as trash and disrespectful to lay up with the enemy. Our people, we are the opposite. We want to lay down with the enemy, thinking that it's going to eliminate racism. Look at what's going on with Meghan Markle. She thought that she was white. So she done walks herself into a man, Prince Harry, whatever his name is, who wore what was it, a swastika on his arm for a Halloween party. The people in England on the daily, I think it was the Daily UK News. This was before they got married. I remember reading a comment, and I think I did post it on my other account a while back, of how one of them white people says that Harry was always the problem child, and now he's over here about to destroy the royal bloodline. That was while they were dating. So she married into the heart of racism. She married into the heart of colonizers who came and raped Africa. The colonizers, the English, they went to Australia and they committed genocide against the Tarzanian people in Australia. They murdered them all. If you look at the BBC documentary, and it shows that how they put the babies, they buried the babies and left their head up just so that they could kick the baby's head off. That's how evil they are, black people. They took pride in that. So now what, Meghan Markle, she's over here, she was just showing that, hey, you still a nigga. And so I said all that to say how these non-foundational black women, guess what? You're still a nigga to these white people that you lay down with at the end of the day. White men love to have sex with you because of your figure, the way how you look. White women love to have sex with a man because of his genitals, his size, and the way how he looks, his masculinity, the way how he's built. Yes, they love that. But guess what? They know that you don't have power. Why? Because they took that power from us and they made you look at them as a god. And by you looking at white people as a god, you have destroyed yourself. Whatever little identity that you had, you destroyed it. You willfully destroyed it. It really pains my heart. You have no idea how it pains my heart when I was reading these comments. And I was going back and forth on Twitter with some of these bed wenches as well. And none of them made any sense whatsoever. I'm not even going to sit up and take the time to screenshot and put it on this brief video. I'm not even about to go do all of that. I'm not. But I'm sure you all seen the hateful evilness that came out of their mouths. I'm going to tell you something, black woman. When white woman, because she is going to take the place, and I truly believe this, of the white man. White women have proven themselves throughout history to be the worst. They are very sadistic. Very sadistic. I forgot this white lady name. I think it was down in Louisiana. I believe American Horror Stories made a season about her where she took the black slaves and she would put feces in their mouths and sew up their mouths. That she even broke some of the black women's and the black men their back in such a way that it resembles a centipede or whatever. White women are very evil. They're very sadistic. They're very twisted. White women shows that every single day. White women wants our young boys to be butt broken so that their white man could have easy access to them. But see, by you black woman, you all want to be so far up a white woman's behind, you don't see the danger that she is exposing you to. Because when white women get into that power that they are really after, she's going to turn on you. And then you black women are going to look to the black man for help. And I do not want any black man to lift his pinky in helping you. I want to see you get devoured. And again, I know it's not all. I know that. I shouldn't have to differentiate myself. I shouldn't have to. If you know that you're not exactly what I'm describing, then you should know to say, hey, I know that, and I'm going to move on. Now, getting to white woman. We should not be surprised that white woman came out the gate and saying and bringing up Kobe's Bryant false rape allegation that took place. Obviously, they had to wait until this man passed to really say something. And then, of course, their white man got on board and joining them. You see how they stay on cold, black woman? White woman, they came out blasting Kobe Bryant. Their white man got on board supporting them. So even though white women, it may appear that they're fighting their white man, but when it comes to them being on cold at destroying black people, they stand as one. We're the only knuckleheads that can't get that through our head. We can't accept that. It doesn't matter if you do not like a black man or whatnot, but when it comes to somebody attacking us as a group, we should be standing as one. That is what Malcolm X wanted us to adopt, to stand as one, to fight back as one. We have allowed this system to destroy us every single day, that we have allowed house Negroes to join in protecting white women. When that white reporter sit up and said niggers, she knows she said niggers. Even the people, when she was trying to hurry up and close, you heard the people, they was like, oh, she know what she said. And you have Sambos out here talking about some, oh, she made a mistake. How? How did she make a mistake? She knew exactly what she said. She paused before she said it. White woman knows no bounds because they know that they are protected. They know that their men will come out swinging. Our dumbasses want to sit up and be like, yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right. All because you want approval from white people? Are you serious? And you like to sit up and to say how great we are? I don't see it right now. I do not see it right now. We're not going to make it. You don't have to agree with that statement. But we're not going to make it. There was a drawing, 1927 newspaper drawing here in the U.S., and they talked about the new Negro, and they had a silhouette of a black man. And they gave it various roles, and one of the roles was slavery. I have always said we are being pushed to accept two options: forced slavery or extermination. We are seeing the Hispanic group, they're speaking ill of Kobe Bryant and his daughter. There's your black and brown coalition. We see it. Every other group, they are lining up as one. We're the only ones that's divided. Every other group, they went through hell, but they found a way to get back to being unified. We went through hell, and we did not find ourselves back to getting unified, and we still continue to go through hell because we have allowed the enemy. We have allowed, the Bible says the woman is considered as the weaker vessel. We have allowed that white woman, who is supposedly a weaker vessel, to destroy us. And the reason why I say that white woman is because our woman accepted feminism. When our woman fully accepted feminism, we saw our community go from bad to worse. Because see, white women, they couldn't even get a credit card without their husband's approval. Where do you think the term housewives came from? From the white community. The white woman with the apron and the dress with the nice waist and all that stuff. White women had to look like that. They had to be pretty. They had to be in shape. That's why you saw nothing but photographs of them smoking cigarettes, because at that time, cigarettes was helping you to lose weight. But while the black community, yes, you have more black men and women that was married. You want to know why? It's because we knew that our unity was strength, and not only just that, we all knew the common enemy, and that was fighting off white supremacy. That was fighting off racism. Even those who were gay, black gay men and women, we still looked at each other as one unified group. Why? Because our enemy was racist white men and women. White women, it takes only one lie from a white woman and a black man dies. I have shown and said before and quoted from the book Sundown Towns, where I believe he was a Democratic senator from the late 1800s who said that we must protect our white daughters from the black men because they are savages. White men has always considered black men as being rapists and as being predators and as being savages. That is why, no matter what, if a white woman says that I believe he raped me or that he raped me and she is caught lying, that black man is going to forever be called a rapist, no matter what. There could be evidence right there to show. She could say that he raped me right there on the corner, but yet the recording shows that that man didn't even touch her. It would show that he didn't even touch her. As a matter of fact, he was walking away while she was kissing on a white man. But yet, if she says that she was raped by that black man, even though the courts will say, yeah, we know he didn't rape her, but white society will say this rapist, and we will have a bed wench that will sit up and say, yeah, he's a rapist. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, we some, man, you want to sit up and say that we smart, educated, and independent? I don't understand how. All it takes is a Google search to see about that goddamn story that took place on Kobe Bryant and that slut from Colorado. That hoe walked around with multiple sperms in her drawers and in her anus. Look it up. Bragging about having sex with black men. People like to be choked a little doing sex. Why? Because it makes the orgasm better. White people are into that sick mess. They really are. So I can guarantee you she would say, please choke me. And I'm sure he was probably like, I ain't gonna choke you too much, or else I'm gonna be get arrested. And guess what? His behind was still arrested, even though it was consensual. White people, man, y'all really need to understand, black people, y'all really need to understand as how detrimental and how evil white people are, especially their women. Their women, and what was it? What was it? The Germans. I forgot what was the name they were called back in ancient Rome. I think it was a Germanic tribe or something to that effect. But anyway, they was fighting off the Roman Empire. And there was one in particular, I can't think of this general, but he had a legion of Romans that was going through a particular forest where he was not supposed to be going through. But them German people, they used the forest as a way to come at the Romans. Now the legions, I believe, I think it's like over 10,000 soldiers, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, what caught the soldiers by surprise, and you could YouTube this, is that they saw how the women were right alongside their men fighting them. So if you have white women, they will fight to the death for their men, and they will think of all type of sick and twisted ways to harm you. What makes you think that they have left that spirit behind? White people love to say how much that they are Vikings and yada yada yada. They love to say that. They love that history. You want to know why? Because the Vikings were known as their savagery. They were very savages. They didn't care. They killed and pillaged whatever was in their way. Rape, pillage, and kill. That's all they did. That's white people culture. It's death. No matter where they go, they bring death. They are the demons on this earth, and they have turned this earth into hell. That's what they did. And we are seeing it every day. This brother, this legend, Kobe Bryant, 41 years old, alongside his beautiful daughter, GiGi, who was 13 years old, and 7 other passengers, there was other young little girls as well from the team, lost their lives yesterday morning. And right out the gate, the first ones that smeared his name were white women, to remind the world that Kobe Bryant was supposed to be this rapist. And their white men went alongside, and then you have these non-foundational black women co-sign. Just like that. White woman. See, white people, they don't forget and they don't forgive because they don't like taking losses. How is it that you have this successful black man? Don't forget, Kobe Bryant was a very intelligent brother. Kobe Bryant was fluent in several languages, in 7 languages. A very intelligent brother. They didn't give a damn. You can be intelligent, you can be smart, you can dress the part, you can do all of those things, but in the eyes of white society, you still 3/5 of a human. So if that doesn't help our people to realize that, you know what, we really need to get off of this morality thing, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. It's just very sad. And I do pray that his wife, Vanessa, I do pray, and I have been praying for the family. I truly have. That they will find some peace. That they will find peace during this time of grief. Knowing that she's no longer going to see her husband again. Knowing that she's no longer going to hear his footsteps walking to their bed while he climbs in the bed next to her, feeling his warm body, his protection. Knowing that she's no longer going to see her husband probably go inside their daughter's room, kissing them goodnight. And she's no longer going to see her 13-year-old baby girl probably running back and forth, experiencing her teenage years, the beginning. She's not going to see their smiles anymore. She's not. It's gone. It is gone. And to find out that she found out through the internet that her husband and her daughter perished, that has to be even worse. That has to be even worse. Like, wait a minute, you thinking that, hey, my husband and daughter, as well as their teammates, they're going to do their thing like they normally do. And then to have somebody probably around her was like, look, did you see this? Did you see this? And to see the hateful, racist comments alongside of it, she probably fell out and bumped her head somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised. Just her body probably went into all type of shocks. in disbelief. I hope and pray that people are not allowing her to see such negative comments. But no matter where you turn on social media and on the internet, you're going to see legendary basketball player Kobe Bryant and his daughter died, but who also was scarred by a major controversy of his alleged rape. That's bullshit. She can't see the good name that her husband did. She has to see that these damn white people are sitting up saying, yeah, he did this, but yeah, he was great, but even though the courts found him not guilty, found him to not have raped that woman, that K Beast from Colorado, they're still saying that he's a rapist. Ain't that just goes to show you how arrogant they are. And you want to know why? It's because we as black people never check them. We as black people never check these white people because we are too afraid, because white people hold the job, white people controls everything. And if we speak out against them, then that means we won't have a home, we won't have a car, we're going to be out here in these streets. So in order for us to get along, it's best for us to shut up and take the verbiage abuse from them. Fuck that. White people do not fight fair, as we have learned on Jason Black DVD Race War. They do not believe in fighting fair, especially when it comes to their survival. And if you go to the damn local library and study upon their history, you will understand and see that they do not believe in fighting fair. They believe in taking all, or they just going to kill you all. If they can't grab it with these, they just going to kill you. And they doing it now. So I feel real bad. I mean this is already, this is a terrible Sunday. I mean I was on my way getting ready for bed, and then I look and I'm like, wait a minute, Kobe Bryant is dead? Like, are you serious? I know I was late because, on the weekends, Friday evenings, I turn off all my social stuff because during the week it gets you pissed off, and I need to recuperate. May we not allow them to smear this legend. I remember how it used to be that fights would break out just about as trying to compare Kobe Bryant to Michael Jordan in his heyday. I mean, or comparing the Lakers up against the Chicago Bulls in this heyday. But we can still remember that. People will always, when they shoot their shot to the basket, they will always say, Kobe, live his life. There may be some things that you may not have agreed with personally, as far as whom he may have dated or whatnot, whomever. Look at it like this. He was happy with who he was with. He was happy with who he was with. And she was happy too. And they had beautiful children. Celebrate his life. Remember his legacy. But we cannot allow these people to continue to defecate on our people. We cannot allow them to disrespect our dead. Because if we was to turn around and to start disrespecting their dead, all hell would break loose. Me, I don't care. I really indeed don't. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So that's all that I have to say at this time. It's all I have to say at this time, and I do hope everyone have a good evening.